Unrivaled League needs Caitlin Clark, and they are preparing to offer her a...
Even though they thought they were in the exclusive club, Angel Reese and A.A. Wilson are definitely feeling the pressure once Caitlin Clark finally published her leaked contract for the Unmatched League. Everyone else was unaware of the amazing offer that Breanna Stewart was making to Clark in secret.
It has just been reported today that Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full-court press.
It was an easy strategy. Clark wasn't only secretly hired by Unrivaled. Rather, they placed her under a stringent confidentiality provision that gave the impression that it was top-secret information.
So interesting to me because I feel like it is kind of late in the game to start recruiting Caitlin Clark. The Unrivaled League has 26 of their 30 players already.
Clark, however, has now had enough of the silence and is adamantly declaring that everyone who is celebrating her absence from Unrivaled was utterly wrong.
Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is.
The only objective of Unrivaled, the new, fearless face in women's basketball, is to totally change the perception of women's sports. However, because they didn't come here to play by anyone else's rules, let me give you the whole tale if you're unaware.
They're realizing we might need Caitlin. Nafisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about
this league is a movement with stars like Breanna Stewart and Nami. The primetime broadcast highlights women's basketball, focusing on one star, Caitlin Clark.
Everywhere you turn, Indiana Fever.
But when Unrivaled came out, the storyline took a bad turn, and fans couldn't understand why the greatest up-and-coming star, Caitlin Clark, wasn't there. Social media went bananas as sports broadcasts couldn't stop posing the issue. The Unrivaled comments section was flooded with inquiries on Caitlin's whereabouts.
I think there's nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
A rookie poll is not something you see every day. She wasn't even in the starting lineup for the largest new league around, which, to most fans, seemed like a slap in the face. With a throng so big that 50% more people attended the arena. Clark's value was either not seen by Unrivaled, or worse, they didn't believe they could make their big premiere without her.
It's brand new. It's going to be hard to get eyeballs on it. All of these, I mean, the WNBA is in their 28th season and it's still a new league. Like, it's hard to get the kind of virality, viewership, all the things that you want right off the bat. And especially if you don't have a big name or a big...
Stewart and her team kept Clark's participation secret to build suspense and make the announcement a big surprise.
Of physicality and double teams and face guards and all of those things that she was receiving on the court, but also all of the noise, all of the drama, all the media circus surrounding her off the court, that just had to have been so much.
Caitlin Clark was offered a whopping $75 million to join Unrivaled, causing an earthquake in the sports world when the news leaked. As the face of Unrivaled, she received a substantial salary, exclusive TV rights, sponsorship deals, and a front-row seat to the league's global ambitions.
Be one of the top-paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's...
The main goal was to avoid too much agitation. But once the figures were out, they hit like a tidal wave. Stewart's team knew the deal was so big it could prompt others to renegotiate or feel left out. For context, NBA MVP A.A. Wilson earns about $230,000 a year. Clark's contract clearly signals a whole new level.
Drive revenue so we can give the players extra income opportunities. I had to educate the players. They're like, good, 75 million divided by 144 payout.
In 2024, the WNBA averaged 657,000 viewers per game with Clark leading. A new TNT deal will broadcast 45-plus games, aiming to boost those numbers. Unrivaled expects Clark to more than double the audience.
Just announced recently that Unrivaled struck a television deal with TNT. Now, this exclusive media rights deal is reported to be 45-plus primetime games. TNT Sports are also invested in the league, and sources say that it's a 6-year deal that could be worth more than $100 million.
Even while the fans love it, Clark's colleagues, who are highly regarded WNBA players like A.A. Wilson and Angel Reese, have a somewhat different attitude. Clark's offer serves as a clear reminder of the massive financial inequities in the sport, which some find even more shocking.
biggest issue that players have. We did a player survey and travel. The league was able to kind of take a lot of pressure off of it.
Angel revoiced her frustration on social media, saying one huge deal overshadowed years of hard work. Since Clark's rookie contract far exceeds typical star salaries, it's a blow to athletes earning $150,000 to $200,000. Her deal, over 20 times theirs, highlights the vast gap in pay priorities.
There have been so many players, coaches, media personality who have been so afraid to just admit the fact that Caitlin Clark has been the sole reason for so many of these things happening this season in the WNBA.
The exciting part is just beginning. This deal could boost women's sports, but also spark conflict. The WNBA has fought hard for exposure and money, yet Clark's unprecedented contract sets a new, unmatched standard. It's easy to see how her financial and physical dominance as a rookie might cause tension among veteran players.
The headline says, "We're not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue."
But Caitlin Clark is no ordinary player. She is now a huge phenomenon and a commercial treasure trove. She proved why during her debut season in the WNBA. Since the league has typically had trouble drawing as many spectators as its male counterparts.
Didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be.
The Clark effect caused a 50% rise in arena attendance. When she performed, she drew over 1 million viewers each game, which was unparalleled in the WNBA, and fans came to see her magic on the court. Clark didn't just join the league, she was the catalyst from day one. Long after the buzzer rang, her presence enthralled onlookers, and her highlights became viral videos on the internet.
Overall viewership, like Nafisa said, they're changing venues just to accommodate all the fans who want to come watch Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark's jersey flew off the shelves, breaking WNBA sales records and bringing much-needed energy and exposure to the league. Thanks to her name and brand, the WNBA gained a larger, younger fan base beyond its typical crowd, giving the sport a fresh boost.
This noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all.
Ice Cube spent 6 times more than top Big 3 players to sign Clark, adding her electrifying energy and charm to a league known for its all-male elite roster, including 3 honor games in 2024 with former NBA stars.
We have former NBA players playing in Big 3, right? So for Cube to come out and be like, I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more than I play any of these guys who used to play in the NBA. I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more because that's the value that I see.
This wasn't just another sports offer. In a league full of former NBA titans, Ice Cube saw in Clark something beyond convention. Ready to set aside his superstars' egos, he was willing to upend Big 3 traditions to make room for her. Clark's skills went beyond women's basketball, aiming to attract fans from across the entire sports world.
Unapologetic with the way that he came out and said, this is who we want, this is the value that we see in her, regardless. If she can't make a game, that's totally fine. We know that it coincides with WNBA.
Clark chose to stay in the WNBA, showing she values growth and commitment over money or fame.
Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman, like, there are legends among us in the Big 3, and there are high-level former professional athletes on our courts, and he was okay putting it out there because he knew how much it could help.
UNRIVALED's $75 million contract wasn't just for a player, they signed a once-in-a-generation talent. Clark's loyalty goes beyond money. She's focused on growing and shaping the future of women's basketball.